Hi, it's Kim Rock, Realtor with the Kim Rock Group, here for your July month-end real estate snapshot. Our first topic is inventory levels. In July, our MSI was a 1.7, which is down a little bit from the 1.8 that we saw the month prior. Our next topic is median sales price. In July, our median sales price was $430,000, down from the $440,000 that we saw in June. Our next topic is days on the market. In July, our average days on the market was 28, which is up about a week from 20 that we saw in June. With the slight increase in inventory over the past few months, home buyers are actually starting to regain a little bit of control over the market. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a buyer's market yet, but sellers should be prepared that a home buyer may have a few things that they can ask for as part of their contingencies of their sale. Whether you're looking to buy or sell a house, here's a list of potential negotiation points that could come up so that you're prepared no matter what side of the table you're on. The most obvious, sales price. Buyers don't want to overpay when affordability is already tight. So sellers might need to price correctly or risk having to drop the price of their home. Another item is home repairs. If a buyer has a home inspection contingency, they may be within their right to ask a seller to fix some items as part of the sale. If the seller doesn't want to do so, they can sometimes negotiate a credit for the buyer to deal with it after closing. Another negotiation point are the inclusions and exclusions of the sale. You may or may not know that anything bolted down to the house is considered a permanent fixture in the home and automatically comes with the home. However, things that can just unplug and be removed, like a washer, dryer, or refrigerator, are considered personal property. But some buyers do want those items, so they might negotiate in your new washer and dryer and expect them to be part of the sale. How about the closing date? That can definitely become a negotiating factor. Maybe a seller needs a little bit more time to find their next house to buy. Maybe a seller is looking for a quick closing because they've already bought that house. The settlement date definitely plays an important part for both parties. Another negotiation point might be closing costs. While it's not common today, 10 years ago, it was pretty standard that almost every seller paid towards a buyer's closing costs. Those closing costs can be anywhere between 2 and 5% of the total transaction. So as buyers get a little short on funds, they might start asking for a seller to pay towards their closing costs again. One thing that's true whether you're a buyer or a seller is how important it is to have the right agent on your side to advocate for you and guide you through the process. You might not have known that some of these things are even options, and the right agent can get to the root of a seller's motivation to sell and help you, as their buying agent, to give the seller the things that matter the most in the offer that you're about to write. They also can advocate for you getting some of the things that are going to help you in your transaction. So there are a few things that have changed recently. You may or may not have heard them in the news regarding buyer's agents and fiduciary responsibility. On the listing side, not much is changing other than where we show what we're willing to pay a buyer's agent. Some people are confused and thinks this means that buyer's agents don't have to be paid anymore. That's absolutely not the case, and it was always an option as a seller if you wanted to choose to pay a buyer's agent or not. But most of my sellers and I have the conversation of, why would you not? Because the buyer's agent is a crucial part of the transaction. They're the one bringing the buyer, and without a buyer, you don't actually have a house that's sold. So nothing much is changing on our end besides where we disclose what that buyer's agent is going to be paid. On the buying side, also not that much is really changing for us because we as agents have always entered into buyer agency relationships with our buying clients. We want to form that relationship and have that fiduciary responsibility to our buyers to represent their best interests. Sure, I'm sure there were some agents who would just show up at a door, open it, and let a buyer in without developing that relationship, but that's not us. We want to do the best for our clients, and we go above and beyond. Therefore, we like to solidify that relationship. So if the media has made you think that things are drastically changing in the real estate world, they're really not changing that much. Maybe for some people, but we at the Kim Rock Group have always valued our relationships and our responsibilities to our clients and have taken them so seriously, both in the past and of course going forward in the future. As always, if you're thinking of buying or selling a home in Pennsylvania or New Jersey, we would love to help you. Like and subscribe below, and you'll be notified when we post more of these market updates.